Never mind Croke Park yesterday, Parnell Park is the place to be, and it's a more intimate setting for this size of a crowd, and it's perfect for the 2025 AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship Final. That is the setting. We've still a little bit to go to the start of the game, but a good crowd is in the stadium, and we have, over to our right, Cromane from Kerry, and our left we have Muckalee from Kilkenny. And the messages already flying in on YouTube, and lots of support. I have to say Cromane are winning there, because there's a lot of supporters who maybe just, I suppose, haven't been able to make the trip all the way up from Kerry. Not just Kerry, but West Kerry. So Sarah Scanlon, Sean O'Sullivan, Kerry, Lisa McKenna, Cliff McKenna, Aisling O'Donoghue, saying Cromane, come on, Cromane, from Oranmore, and Murren, come on, Cromane. It's got a bit of a rhyme about it, hasn't it? Nolene Shanahan, come on, Muckalee. So one or two for them. And Nolene has another message on with a little bit of music as well. I think she's singing as well. And John Dooley up Muckalee. So fire those messages in as we go. And we will mention them as we go. And as you see, we have our couple of cameras as usual and what we do on our live streams here. One down at ground level and one up high here in the Crow's Nest in Parnell Park in Donecarney, on the north side of Dublin. That is Muckalee from Kilkenny in the green, mainly green. First ever team from Kilkenny to appear in an All-Ireland Club Ladies final. So history there, that's a big deal. You see in the shot there in the blue bib, that is Anna Maria O'Donoghue. She is the Bannister of the Kerry team, and she played for them up until last year. And now she's in the management there with PJ Reedy. And Anna Maria would have played years ago when they didn't have this club. This is only a new club amalgamated about 8 years ago. Before that, she would have played with Lawn Rangers, and they won a senior championship in Kerry. That's Killorglin. So she would have played with the likes of Edel Murphy, who's a goalkeeper today, and Katie Roach, who's in the subs. And that would be Pat McDowell, manager of Muckalee, and he stuck with them over the years, and he's got a couple of daughters in the subs. One of them would have been a goalkeeper the last time out when they won Leinster in 2022. Captains coming in, that is Maureen Duffy, the captain of Cromane, coming in, and she's got a new teaching job in Dublin recently, I gather, but she's still playing away down for the club in Kerry with this great journey they have had into the winter. So she is playing for them. She's only 22, and the captain for Muckalee is only 24. That's Clodagh Hanlon, softly spoken young lady there, and a fabulous leader and a fabulous player, and we had a lovely interview with her at the Leinster press night. Seems like a few months ago now, maybe it was a few months ago, but the journey has been terrific. Only one, of course, was able to make the journey from Leinster into the All-Ireland semi-finals, and here they are now in the final. And there's always that wonderment maybe of the players when they get to this stage. It's all new to them. It's not like every year you go to Croke Park for the All-Ireland Senior Final and there's players who've been around that level. There's girls here who are just catapulted right to this All-Ireland stage, and they just otherwise wouldn't play. There was a girl I was interviewing yesterday, and she said, I never dreamt I'd play in Croke Park. And there they are, and they may never get another chance again. That's one of the beauties of the AIB All-Ireland Club Championship. So Eddie Cuthbert, by the way, was the referee in there, taking the toss, and Eddie's fourth official today is Declan Carlin. They're both from the north, and you've Anthony Marin in there, and then on the lines you've Natalie Flanagan and Jackie Mulligan, former Sligo footballer. And we'll even mention the umpires. Why not? They deserve it as much as anybody else, so they're all out there. Mark Turley, these are all down men, as is Eddie Cuthbert, Kevin Sands, Francis Rogan and Louis O'Hare. So they are the team in charge out there. Also got a message, by the way, from the Red Fox down in, I think it's Killorglin or around the Cromane area there. That's Tim Olive and John Mulvihill, or Mulvihill they might call them down there, and the staff wishing Cromane all the best today. So they warming up for this huge occasion, and it really is, I say, huge, because they just did not expect to get anywhere near this kind of level. In fact, you know what? They only won Kerry for the first time, and then they played in Munster, so played outside Kerry for the first time, and now they're outside Munster for the first time. They went to Cavan Gales a few weeks ago and beat them, and this is only their second trip outside of Munster. The band are coming. I see the RTN Boys band over on the left hand side coming into the stadium here, and they look like they've just marched down from RTN. and right onto the pitch, and they will of course add to the occasion here. We look forward to hearing them and for the parade and all that goes with it. Now there's our lovely sideline camera, roving camera it is at the moment. It's not just on the sideline, and it's on the pitch camera, and it's out there getting some lovely shots. So we're capturing the mood and the atmosphere and the excitement as it builds for this AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship final. It is available on Ladies Gaelic Football YouTube, free to watch. And the good news is that it's not too cold for this time of year. It should be colder, but it's not. A winter air, but not as cold as it would usually be. A bit of a breeze, as you can see the flags fluttering there, and not too bad, I'd say, for the, do you know what, for this time of year it's absolutely perfect. What more could you ask? And for Muckalee, what a story for them. I mean, football is back in Kilkenny, and they have dragged it back, to be fair for them, and to be fair to them. And the last day, as Kate Purcell, 21 years old, player of the match in the Leinster final, was telling me, it's not, oh, it's only Kilkenny anymore. You can't say that anymore, because they have come through. They've won Leinster, they've won their All-Ireland semi, and now they're in the All-Ireland final. As I say, first ever Kilkenny team to be in the All-Ireland final, and very deserved too. But the strange thing is, although they're from Kilkenny and we're playing Kerry, who are an established ladies Gaelic football county, it's Muckalee who are more experienced, because they have been around. There's quite a few newbies, but a lot of experienced warriors in there as well. Whereas Cromane, a lot of new kids on the block. Yes, you've got a few in there like Edel Murphy, the all-star goalkeeper from 2010 with Kerry, and played in an All-Ireland final, then give it up for 10 years and was enticed back this year when she moved back to the area. But apart from her, a lot of young girls, 9 leaving certs I'm told there. So a very young team from Cromane and Kerry against the experienced team from Muckalee in County Kilkenny. And the RTM band almost ready to go, and when they start we might actually take a bit of pause and listen to the music. So the last Kerry winner of this particular championship was 2013, and that was Nanil, and if I remember right, there was Louise Marhurta was on that team, so from that neck of the woods. And if you go down through the years, last year it was Mungret St Paul's from Limerick, previous year O'Donovan Rossa from Cork. That final of course played before Christmas, and I remember the 16-year-old daughter came on, and a daughter of the manager, and scored a goal right at the end to win it for them. It was a great story. 2022 it was Salthill Knocknacara who won it. Previous year St Jude's won it. That was out in Baltinglass. 2019 it was Donegal. That was Arena Buckley final. 2018 was Glanmire, and 2017 Ahada, so 3 Cork winners in a row. And 2015 Dunboyne, and they went on then to win intermediate and win senior at Leinster level. So the players going over now, that's Muckalee in the green taking their positions, and as far as I can see it's the same 15 that we have been given and told are going to start the game. Joined by Cromane in their maroon and black, mainly black as you can see. So yesterday we had Knockbride from Cavan winning intermediate. We had Kilkerran Clonberne from Galway. Who will it be today? Will it be Muckalee from Kilkenny or Cromane from Kerry to be crowned AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship winners for 2025? Players all ready for the parade, and the band just waiting for the instruction to go. It's 5-2. It's going to be tense for the people in the stadium, and a lot of people who haven't been able to make it and are watching on the live stream. So we welcome you from wherever you are around the world. Feel free to leave a message there, and let's listen to the parade here. Fabulous atmosphere here in Parnell Park, and before we go to the anthem and the president coming out to meet the teams, let's go to the teams and tell you the teams. I better give you that. For Muckalee, Sarah Corcoran in goals. It says in the programme she's 44. Surely not a day off that. 2, Riona Crowley. 3, Edel Coonan. 4, Amy Ring. Well, actually, we're looking at the Cromane team. Let's do Muckalee first. Yeah, so Edel Coonan at 3, Amy Ring 4, 5, Aideen Cody, 6, Clodagh Hanlon the captain, 7, Jennifer O'Keefe, 8, Kelly Comerford, 9, Laura Green, 10, Hazel Moore, 11, Ellen Lawler, who was named the Croke Park Hotel Player of the Month just the other day, 12 is Kate Purcell, 13, Shan Bulger, 14, Edwina Keane, and 15, Katie Nolan. That's a special moment for both teams and the supporters, and it was beautifully sung as well by Sarah Keane from Northern Harps LGFA in Roscommon. Thank you to Sarah for that. So on then to the Cromane team, and in goals, Edel Murphy, the 2010 All-Star. 2, Nisha Burke, the first of 3 sisters. Orla Burke at number 3 is a sister of her, and at 14, Emer Burke, and they're also young, 18, 19 and 22. 4 is Shola O'Donovan. She is a sister Aveen in the subs. 5, Shan Corcoran. 6, Orla Dunphy. 7, Shannon Foley. 8, Leona O'Sullivan. 9, Roisin Smith, who's a sister of Mary Kate at 11, and their mum is the FLO. That's Anne. 10 is the captain, Maureen. 11, Mary Kate. 12, Emily O'Sullivan. Only 18, as a lot of them are. 13, Roisin Griffin. She's the vice captain, and her dad is Packy Griffin. He's one of the selectors. 14, Emer Burke, and 15, Saoirse Harkin, and the manager, Anna Maria O'Donoghue. So there we are, almost ready. Let me just glance quickly at the YouTube to see, and yeah, lots of great messages coming in. Faye O'Sullivan and Cara Savine, best of luck to Cromane. And Mike says best of luck from Marianne O'Connor in Droom, D-R-O-U-M, I hope I got that right. Up the Kingdom, Cromane Abu from Palebon Dangan Kish. I think I've got that pronunciation wrong. Might be close. Can't promise it. So we've about 1,000 devices on this. That's a huge audience for a live stream. You're all very welcome for the 2025 AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship Final. It's championship final time. This is it. Eddie Cuthbert, the referee from County Down, about to get the game underway between Kilkenny and Kerry. In the green, it's Muckalee from Kilkenny, who nearly got the ball at the start, but it's Cromane in the maroon and black. What way's that free gone? It's for Muckalee. Kelly Comerford just leaves it there and takes her position behind the kicker. Just trying to vie for a position and leaving it to Ellen Lawler to take, and she gives it to Shan Bulger. Bulger being marked by Nisha Burke, one of the 18-year-olds. Gets past her here. It's still going, but running into a lot of black jerseys and eventually overturned. And that is pretty much what Cromane did a lot in the semi-final against Cavan Gales. Good discipline defending, and now they break. Shannon Foley tries to release it, but under serious pressure from Laura Green. Gets it to Leona O'Sullivan, and off goes Leona. There's a player off the ball has gone to ground. It's a frantic start to the game. This is great running though by the captain, Maureen Duffy, for Cromane. This is Emer Burke. 2 players, and gets her free. Free in for the Kerry girls. You see it again here. And you see our low camera there catching it perfectly. A lot of, shall we say, over-enthusiastic tackling, and she gets her free. And it's a chance for Roisin Griffin, the vice-captain. 3 goals in the Munster final. They scored 6 that day. She's a physical trainer in Killarney. Steps inside, is all good free takers too, and steals a yard or two and gets the first score of the game for Cromane in the 2nd minute. Now let's look at the kick-out. Sarah Corcoran. She's looking for movement and goes short, goes very short, and measures it beautifully, just outside the D and no more. And that's obviously going to be their tactic, get possession. It's going to be so important, especially against a team like Cromane, as we saw against Cavan Gaels in the semi-final. Very, very good in possession. So you have to get possession yourselves and then don't give it away. But look at the bunching there. There's a lot of players in a small area and they're trying to go through the middle. Now they put it over the top. That's a good idea from Ellen Lawler, except Saoirse Harkin was there, and that's what Saoirse does. She did that against the Gaels as well. She will sit in there all day long as the spare player, but she's given it away. I think that's Aideen Cody. It is. Aideen puts it down the line. I just love these junior championship finals because there's a lot of bunching. It's frantic players just trying to go forwards. There isn't what we had yesterday in Croke Park at one stage. I remember Kilkerran, Clonberne, well, quite a few stages. It maybe 14 players inside their own goal area, if you like, and made for a very, very different game. Now it's effective, but today it's much more interesting to watch, I have to say, because it's so unpredictable. Now, some of the coaches might not appreciate it, but as I say, it's a better spectacle in many ways. This is Duffy, the captain then. And look at that, no hanging around, just bomb it in there and see what happens. And it might bounce over the top, and Burke is there, and she's caused trouble already and got her free, and she's got another one. Now you see again from our low camera, more enthusiastic, over-enthusiastic tackling. Donna McCarthy on YouTube says best of luck to Cromane for my cousin Anna Maria, that's the manager, from Donna McCarthy and Foilmore, I think that's called. And there's point number 2 for Anna Maria's team. Did I say 1,000 devices? We're up now to 1,300. Huge crowd watching this game, and why not? It's an All-Ireland final. Again, the kick out goes short to the edge of the D and just about makes it to her fullback Edel Coonan, but Cromane fighting to turn it over. They'll maybe have to get even tighter with their press from the kickouts. They've allowed a couple of short ones, and it means that Muckalee are able to get up the pitch, and they've only really got around this area so far. And they haven't got a score yet, but it's only 4 minutes gone, and this is more promising. This is Purcell, or Purcell, depending where you're from. This is Smith going through, all the way through, and a decent effort, and that's going to get in the net. It is in the net. It's a goal. It's a goal for Muckalee. And of course it wasn't Smith, it was Lawler. It was going through. I got the number 11s mixed up, and Laura Green, I think it was, who got the goal in the end. It was Laura Green, the 28-year-old teacher, got in behind there. Now the goalkeeper Edel Murphy got a hand to it, but not enough to keep it out. And it's a goal for Muckalee, and they go ahead. Whereas me saying that they hadn't got a score yet, well, they've got a goal. 1 goal to 2 points, and we're going to put that up on the scoreboard. There it is, 5 minutes in. Well, that came out of nowhere. There was me saying that they couldn't get beyond a certain area of the field, and one little run in behind and a little bit of fortune with the deflection, but they got the goal. So Muckalee with Laura Green, the first real big move of the match. 1 goal against 2 frees. This is Duffy, and you saw what she was trying to do there, but Sean Bulger was in the way and gets it to Katie Nolan. Just loses possession, but that's strong running by Bulger again, and I thought there was a bit of a tug on her jersey there, or her arm, but we carry on. And this is Roisin Smith, and she is dispossessed. Well, it's just one team and then the other, isn't it? That's a nice ball from Bulger. That's better. She gets it to Purcell, and she's fouled. The referee gives her advantage, so she keeps going, and he is going to bring that one back, and it's going to be a free in from Muckalee, and he'll be delighted to have got that goal to settle things. And as I say, it is all very frantic. There's lots of room, as you see in that wide shot, over this side of the field, but everybody gravitates towards the ball. And there's the short-ish one to Purcell, and first point of the game for Muckalee, 1-1. And that's not like Cromane at all to be caught from a free like that. So 2 scores in a row for Muckalee. This is Harkin. Just feeds it up the line for Cromane, and there's that quick ball into the forwards, and it's worked out because Duffy has it, and another kick pass. Well, let the ball do the work, get it in there. Burke, who's won a couple of frees in exactly this position but doesn't take it this time. They stay off her this time, and that's probably a good idea, but there is a deflection of the goalkeeper for a 45. But yeah, very interesting, the approach there from Cromane. Just put it in there. Never mind working it through the hands. Let the ball in. Maybe they've identified something from watching the last games and think that that's a good tactic. So the 45 for Cromane. 7.5 minutes gone, and it will be the captain, Duffy. Looking to see if there's any movement around, but Muckalee seemed to be narrowing down the options, and she might have to just put it in there. She seems to be struggling to get a good place to put the ball. Surface is really good actually for this time of year. There was a worry the game might be called off with overnight rain forecast, but not a bit of it. Absolutely grand. You see, she doesn't know where to go with this, and ends up going very short, and it works out quite nicely because she gets it to Griffin. But Muckalee defending very closely, and they've conceded 2 frees, but nothing from play so far. This is Duffy. She's a nice left foot on her, but she elected to give it inside, and it went over the head of Mary Kate. And instead, it's Purcell now trying to break. Leaves it off nicely. And Muckalee working it through the hands. So a difference in the attacking styles. The contrast there with Cromane putting the foot passes in, but Muckalee work it through the hands. Going for goal again, maybe. And I think she was going for top corner there, but didn't get it. But they are getting at Cromane, and that's something that Cavan Gales weren't able to do in the semi-final. They didn't get a goal in the entire game. Didn't really get that close either, to be honest, but Cromane have coughed up a goal already here today. Harkin gave it and is looking to support again. Free out. So 9 minutes gone. 2-point lead for Muckalee, but Cromane on the attack, and that's really nice. That's knitted together. Orla Dunphy involved there and pumps it into the forwards looking for Griffin, and she's 2 players on her, but it was nearly a sensational ball. Might still get a score out of it because the goalkeeper wasn't able to take it cleanly. And Burke, well, they're not fouling her anymore, and that's probably a good idea. Instead, they get it out now to Mary Kate Smith. And Mary Kate looking and gets it again. Well, she's got her score. Super score, and that's a first from play. 9.5 minutes in for Cromane. I think I had her getting credit at the other end involved in the Muckalee goal earlier on, but she's definitely getting credit for that one. 18 years old, sister of Roisin. Good score. Kick out is taken by Orla Dunphy. So maybe they have pressed a little bit tighter on those kickouts and forced it to go long, but they still get possession, Muckalee. This is Riona Crowley to Cody. Coming up the right-hand side. Gives it to Bolger. I'm not sure she was expecting that or wanting it, but gets a free, and it will be moved up a little bit as well. Speeding towards it is Emily O'Sullivan for Cromane. Nisha Burke is 2. And the ball comes out now to Harkin, always available at the back as the extra player, the outlet. And then stays where she is. She's not gone up the field. Dunphy gives it inside. Orla Dunphy, number 6, gets it again. Recently graduated from UCC. She's from Glencar. There's Glenbeigh, Glencar and Cromane. 3 areas down there. One club is Glenbeigh, Glencar, and they amalgamated. There's only a few from Glencar. One is Orla Dunphy and the other in the subs. So they've got just 2 from that club. The other one is Mary Ellen McDonald. And then you've quite a lot from Cromane and mainly from Glenbeigh. Yeah, amalgamated 8 years ago, and judging by the way they've gone and the fact that they're here today, that was a pretty good decision. Hazel Moore, number 10, gets her free and takes it nice and quickly and gives it to Purcell, and off she goes. She had a terrific game in the Leinster final. We named her player of the match, but again, it's all going up the middle. Now that's going to be a free, but yeah, it's all very congested. Got a message from Australia. Let's go Cromane. Cheering from Brisbane. Love Ava and Siobhan. And another one from Ridgefield, New Jersey. Best of luck to Muckalee from Seamus Dooley. Thanks for those messages. Keep them coming. 12 minutes in. We're up to 1,500 devices. There's a lot of interest in this game. And it's 1 point between the teams after 12.5 minutes, and the sun coming out brightly to our left from the city side, from the Donnycarney Church over there on the left that you can see. Edel Murphy gets a real good boot on that one. Plenty of distance, and it goes all the way to Sian Corkery. And this is her on the ball, but struggling to hold on to it, but great determination and does well and gets her free. Sian's a first year at UL. Quite a few students. Number 4, Shola O'Donovan, is at Mary I. And as I say, Orla Dunphy has just graduated from UCC. Emer Burke, the number 14, is doing her masters at UL. That can't be a little bit of cramp this early, can it? No, it's some sort of an injury. We can get on with the game. This is Shola O'Donovan taking it nicely in the middle of the field to Shannon Foley. Put in there by Mary Kate Smith to Griffin. And she's there in support, but you go the other way and she can put that over from there, and does. Nicely taken by Griffin. A languid left foot. Lovely movement. Nice finish. The sun now out very strongly. A lovely day here in the middle of December. Kelly Comerford. Off she goes. A lot of room in front of her and uses it. Slips it to her midfield partner Laura Green, who got through for the goal. A lot of room in front of her as well. You see when they go down the wings here, there's nobody there. It's all very congested, but that a little bit rash. She is actually going to get a free, though. It's going to be brought back, but that's a few times they've gone down that side and they've missed a goal, and that one wide as well. But so a little bit hectic and just need to settle it and compose and get a little bit of support after all the hard running. A chance for Katie Nolan, Camogie All-Star, 28 years old, small in stature, but boy is she a powerful and effective player. And she takes a yard in and nails it. It's a good score, and it's the first for Muckalee for quite a while, as we hit exactly the 1/4 mark in the game. Now the referee is indicating, well, it's a substitution, it looks like. So Muckalee have been forced into a change. So the player you saw getting treatment a moment ago is still getting treatment. She's been replaced. And sadly for Orla Dunphy, it's her who has gone off and is getting treatment. Maybe she'll appear again later, actually. You never know these days. Mary Ellen McDonald is on, the other Glencar player. So it's a Glencar player for a Glencar player. She's also a rugby player in Killarney, I gather. She came on in the semi-final and comes on in most of the games and is very effective as well. So she'll fit in nicely, you would imagine. Again, letting the ball in. Looking for Shannon Foley, but Shannon runs into traffic. And it's going to be a hot ball. Shannon is a nurse in Cork, by the way, in the emergency department. The referee stopping the clock. That's the indication to stop the clock again. Now what's this for? Is it for the tying of the laces maybe? I think it is. Kelly Comerford just getting ready for her leap against Mary Kate Smith. On the break, it's taken by Muckalee. That's great play, great anticipation and great movement to burst out of there by Shan Bulger. And like Harkin on the other side, she wears 13, corner forward in number, but runs around the middle of the field. Turnover after turnover and lots of frantic tackling going in. But as I say, it's very interesting. You just don't know what's going to happen next, and bodies flying in towards that ball. In the end, it settles in Cromane hands. They look for their captain again, Duffy, and there's the sub McDonnell along the same line, but she is being watched, so they have to come back inside. That's O'Sullivan. Probably should give more in that, because in Kerry there's a lot of O'Sullivans, I know. That was Leona. And that booted in by Shola O'Donovan nicely to Griffin. They do like to get it in as fast as they can. Muckalee getting a lot of players back now, though, when they're forced to go back out to Foley. O'Sullivan coming up in support. Leona. McDonald is here, but she goes through the middle, goes round one, goes round two, lots of tricks, but was fouled in there, so it's a free, and it goes back to the spot. And Eddie, as you can see in the sunshine, not quite Florida weather, but we have a message from Christine Shea from the Hanlons in Clearwater, Florida. Another from Chicago. She calls herself Chicago Shan, I think. And from Doyle's in Ballyfoyle, a message from them as well. So lots coming in. That's going wide. And yeah, it's gone to the right and gone wide. Conor O'Leary can't be there today. His nieces are playing from all the gang in Mayo. Thanks for that. Lara Roach, thanks for your message from Tipperary. Yeah, we have everybody watching today. And sure, why not? Great game, great day. And after 2 games in Croke Park yesterday, this is a very different feel about it, but very enjoyable in its own way. That's Katie Nolan leaving it off to Purcell. This is Bulger coming forward from midfield. Now the bright sunshine. Definitely not really like a winter's day. Not cool even. But we'll take it. Nearly 19 minutes gone then. Cromane 4 points. Muckalee ahead with 1-2. Possibly going to go 2 ahead. And the strong sun will be in her eyes. But she's not looking that way. And you see some other eyes on her. That's Pierce, the photographer in the background there from Sportsfile, getting the shot. And that is going over the bar. Nicely finished by Katie Nolan. That's 2, I think, from frees for her. So 2 frees. The goal was from play, and they scored 1 from play from a short free. And they lead by 2. So Edel Murphy played in the 2012 All-Ireland Senior Final for Kerry against Cork and Croke Park, and didn't concede a goal that day, even though Kerry lost rather, to, of course, the great Cork team. But has conceded here today once already. And now Edel gets it back. Amazing story. She went to work in Dublin and quit ladies football completely for 10 years from 2015. Then went back to her home earlier this year, and they said, hey, do you fancy coming out? And she went, okay. Best decision she ever made. Mary Kate Smith does well. And Edel is at the back and watching all these terrific young players excel. Clear free in for Cromane. You know, at times they've actually played really nice football. And they look to be slightly the better team at times, and that's the way they were against Cavan Gaels. They're a lovely footballing team, great movement and great skills, as you'd expect from a Kerry team. But Muckalee have a durability and a resilience, and they grind it out. And they've great strength around the middle, and then great speed as well from the Bulgers and Purcells and players like that, and the finishing power from Katie Nolan. So it's a really interesting mix, and it could go either way. This is Corkery, and the block was from Kelly Comerford. But again, some of the passes at this level, you're thinking, why give it to her? Keep it yourself. But it means that it's really interesting. They sort of create situations where there's more panic, whereas the likes of Kilkerran and Clonberne yesterday, everything is very, very measured and very safe. And because of that, possession has been turned over and Cromane have it. It's Muckalee sitting in, and they've got 14 behind the ball. Of course, new rules coming in ladies football, or at least being trialled at county level for the league. That will be interesting to see. So maybe in the future you won't be able to have 14 behind the ball from these sort of positions. Be interesting to see if that has the same impact it's had in the men's game. This is Griffin. Scored one already, nicely off her left to Mary Kate Smith, and then to get it to Duffy, who's also a nice left foot, but blocked down. I think it was Bolger back there along with Comerford, and now Bolger again available. So really good defending. Very tight along the line, but a lovely little burst of speed. And I think it was Purcell who did that, yes. Those young girls I was telling you about. Terrific play by them, and then strong play by Green. And she keeps going and gets her free. And the crowd loved that. Well, half of the crowd loved that. They loved it, one, because they're in the sunshine now on the far side, but also the play was right along front of them there, and they enjoyed that. Nice ball in and left to Purcell again, but has to give it back, and it's too congested in there. She passed that one blind and it didn't work, so Cromane have a chance now. Now, just looking off camera, the captain, Clodagh Hanlon, is a +1. In fact, they have 2 +1s back there, Muckalee. So no way forward. That's why Duffy decided to come back. This is Duffy again. So they've had to pause, but now it's broken down, and one little mistake there, one pass that wasn't measured perfectly, and all of a sudden you've lost possession. 23.5 minutes gone. It's been a mad, frantic, enjoyable first 23.5 minutes. Anything can happen, and now Nolan is trying to make something happen. As you can see, she's looking to come in on her right foot, or at least pass it inside, and does. And that's a nice little turn by Edwina Keane, using all of her experience, but a good hand in to stop it, but not able to stop Katie Nolan from getting a score from play. And that's Keane in the shot, and that is Nolan in the shot now. Good score. I think make it, that's her third. And although the challenge came in from Orla Burke, Nolan was there to pop it over the bar. 24 minutes gone, and it's a 1-goal game. There's the crowd eagerly ensconced in this game. The focus, the concentration. They're really invested in it. This is Purcell again, getting on the ball a lot, and look at the speed she has. Oh, and she nips past without any bother and puts it over the bar for maybe the best score of the game. Player of the match in the Leinster final, and she scored again today. Well, she scored earlier. She was the one who got it from the short free as well, and another one there, and she just raced past Harkin. 4-point game. A little bit of treatment required, which is going to hold things up just a little bit here. That's Duffy, the captain, just stretching, but the injury's way actually up over the far side, as you can see now in our wide shot there, one of the defenders. So a little bit of a pause. Gives me a chance to look at your messages again. Come on, Muckalee, says Saoirse McGuinness from Ballyfoyle. Kaylee Power, up Muckalee, and Ellen Lawler from our colleagues at Hotel Kilkenny Active Club. Others watching in Killorglin, of course. Ellie and Oisin O'Sullivan. That's Anna Maria O'Donoghue there, the manager. We get going again. Short to O'Donovan. To the sub, McDonnell. So they've had a few problems at the back with the number 6, Orla Dunphy, going off injured, and Orla Burke there requiring a bit of treatment. Cromane. That was O'Sullivan holding the play up. Emily O'Sullivan gets it again. Back to Orla Burke. This is Foley. O'Donovan working hard just to get up the field, and Comerford coming in with a challenge, and she's going to get ticked for that. But what it means is that Cromane just aren't making as much progress and not as fluidly as they did against Cavan Gales. They've only got the 4 scores in 26.5 minutes. Mary-Kate Smith combining nicely with McDonnell. And you see here Muckalee, the way they set up to get lots of players across, and they have a good structure to their play. And that's why it breaks down a lot when Cromane try to get the ball through. It's very hard to get through, and there's a real battle for possession. They have got that battle, and they have got the decision. And it was Shan Corkery doing well for it, but it's a long way out from goal, and it's hard to see where they're going to get it from. Now, they did nail one great free against Cavan from out around this area, but I don't think it was Griffin who took it. No, it wasn't. It might have been Mary-Kate Smith or one of the midfielders, but as I say, the breeze is kind of dropped, and she'll have to go short with this. But Muckalee have a real good structure in there. They're all, look at the way they follow in packs. There's 1, 2, 3 on the player on the ball. Force them into the corners. It's very hard to get in close towards goal. Is she going to get a free in this time? She is. But again, not a great position, but it's actually Emer Burke who's going to take it. It was her who got the great free the last day. She nailed one from distance. This one closer, but from a tricky enough angle. They could do with this. It's been a while. 28 minutes in. They could do with a wee score. The crowd told you before I did. It was going over. They were right behind it. It's a 1-goal game again. Sarah Corcoran in a hurry to take it. She loves to go short, and that's a better one. She didn't have to go short. Instead, her captain moved into space. That's Clodagh Hanlon. And she'll just pass it beautifully in front of Laura Green and said, away you go. There's lots of room down that side. They have a lot of players who go down the left, but they're right-footed and have to come inside. This is Edwina Keane, and she slips, but it's gone back, and there's going to be a free. And that's happened a lot, hasn't it? Advantage given, but they've had to go back, and yeah, you see the foul there. And another chance for Muckalee in the last minute in the first half to stretch it out to 4 again. And the number of devices now, almost 2,000. It's a huge crowd online, big crowd here, and I hope you're all enjoying the coverage. And another score nailed by Katie Nolan. That's 3 frees she's put over in the first half, and it means that they lead by 4 going into the last few seconds of normal time. Edel Murphy now for Cromane. Is she going to go short? She's got a good long kick in her if she needs, but she goes short instead to Burke. One of the youngsters in front of her, and another one, Emily O'Sullivan. She's 18. They go back to the experienced Murphy, and she goes off on a little bit of a run. The sweeper keeper, well, she's still going. Brilliant. She kept her composure there, made sure. Steady hands and steady feet. Now Roisin Smith has got it. The crowd really getting into this game now. It's gone up a level. She goes into Comerford, and that's going to be a free to Muckalee. Again, makes me think of the new rules that are coming in. I think that rule is going to change, but under these rules, that's a free to Muckalee. We're now on added time at the end of the first half, and Comerford just stood her ground. And that's sort of been the way it's been this first half. A lot of times Cromane have struggled to get through Muckalee. Muckalee have stood their ground very firmly, and Cromane have not been able to play their game. They've kicked past quite a few times, and that sometimes goes into a 60-40, 50-50, and it breaks down. And that's maybe why Cromane have only got the 5 points so far. So maybe they need to change the tactics a little bit, but maybe the second half will be different. You saw the referee going in and ticking there, and it was for the Cromane player, I think, who ran into Comerford. Wonder if those ticks will add up in the second half and there might be a sin bin. Nolan again. Busy on the ball, and she gets a free and feeds it in. It's going to come back again. And again, we're seeing that scenario. It's happened so often. And it means the game has been a little bit stop-start. Muckalee won't mind though. It's suiting them. They lead before, and they could lead by 5 going in. I'd be very, very happy with that. Remember, they conceded the first 2 points of the game. So it's been 1-6-3 in the last 25 minutes or so. Well, we're on the other side from where she was kicking, and the crowd are all over that side, and they let us know every time, and the flags go up from Muckalee and Kilkenny to signal another point. 5-point lead, 10-5, 2 minutes into added time, and Muckalee in a really good position. Remember, the first ever Kilkenny team to be in any All-Ireland club final at any level. Cromane looking to get going. Emily O'Sullivan has it. They're a very young team generally. And there goes the ball into Burke. They did that early in the game. They've done it again. But look at the numbers that Muckalee have got back. And then they get in with a challenge. That was Cody getting in with a challenge. And there is the hooter. That is the end of the first half. And that pretty much sums up the game for me, the way it has gone. Cromane unable to find the answers. And Muckalee very sticky in there and getting players in and around. And breaking down Cromane's attacking play a lot of the time. And there's been a few injuries out there as well. Cromane have lost their centre half back, and the other centre half back and captain for Muckalee, Clodagh Hanlon, there getting a little bit of treatment just at the end of the half. She took some sort of a bang there. But yes, Cromane just unable to get going. But one man getting going is the man in the blue bib there in the left of the shot. As you watch, he's gone in there to get some shots of the players going in at half time from our roving camera. He's jumped off the sideline camera. What a man. And him with a bad back. So he's going to get a couple of shots of them going in. We'll see the expressions on the faces. 32 minutes, 35 seconds played in that first half. And we had 13 scores in total. And we've had perfect conditions for December. As good as you could possibly wish for at this time of the year. And a very entertaining first half. And Muckalee have just pulled away at the end of the half there. It was very close up to that. They just put a bit of distance between the teams, so it's going to be very interesting in the second half. We'll be back with that second half in about 7 or 8 minutes' time. Kelly Comerford waiting in the middle of the field on her own, but about to be joined because Cromane have come onto the pitch for the second half, and she gets a pat there from her midfield partner Laura Green, who got the goal in the first half. And it's the same midfield partnership for the second half, and why not? Did a great first half. Muckalee in the driving seat, 5 points up. Here is the goal from Green, bursting through, and with the finish as well, just about getting it over the line, but it got over the line, and it means that Muckalee lead 1-7-5 at half time in this AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship final. And you know by now, a lot of these girls from Muckalee are camogie players, or were camogie players first, but they can certainly play football. Edwina Keane, by the way, the full forward, won an All-Star in 2010 and played in the 2009 Camogie All-Ireland final. Katie Nolan won All-Stars in 21 and 22, won 2 Senior All-Irelands with Kilkenny, and they're both in the full forward line now for Muckalee footballers and doing extremely well. Here we go. Eddie Cuthbert gets us underway then for the second half. Batted down, and it's Cromane, but she didn't even bother trying to pick it up that time. Leona O'Sullivan just booted in there. Maybe that's an indication of how they'll play in the second half. They'll move things a little bit quicker. O'Sullivan moves it out to Emer Burke, but again it's gone through the middle, and Kelly Comerford there gets a little bit of a slap to the face, but she's a warrior, and she won that ball back there for her team, and she's done that so many times today and down the years. This is an experienced overall Muckalee team, and they know how to grind it out. The captain sends a lovely ball over to Katie Nolan, who's come well out the field, had a great first half. And she's looking to continue that and just steady and strong on the ball there, and kept possession well. And a lot of the times Cromane have not been doing that as well, I have to say. And they're another example of the ball being lost, just running into traffic and mistakes being made. Makes it, as I said in the first half, very interesting. There's another one under pressure. The ball goes loose, and it's a chance for Edwina Keane and Muckalee to get forward, and they're stopped abruptly in their tracks. Shan Bolger was, and you see it again here. Well, this was the initial one, and you see Keane coming forward, and boom, there, the hands were up, and it's a yellow card. And right at the start of the second half, Cromane go down to 14 players. It's Foley who is going off. I did say in the first half there were quite a few ticks, and I wondered would they add up. I don't know if she had any other ticks, or if that was a straight yellow. I would imagine not, but I'm not sure exactly. And I think that also might be something that's going to change under the new rules that are being trialled as well. But for now, under these rules, Cromane are down to 14. Just the start to the second half, that of course they didn't want. It's just pumped in there, and it might fall nicely. It does. Edwina gets it beautifully and serves it up, and Katie Nolan delivers again. I think that's her 4th point of the game, and she knew that Edwina would do the hard work, and the 2 former Camogie All-Stars combining beautifully there for a score in the football for Muckalee. They stretched out to a 6-point game. It's a little bit concerning for Cromane, especially as they've gone down to 14. And they don't have the experience at this level. They've done brilliantly to get here, but this is a big ask against a team that has been there, done that a lot more often. This is Leona O'Sullivan. Well, they have the youth on their side. I'm sure they'll not worry too much. They'll just get going with it. And that's Duffy, the captain, with a nice ball in, actually. And they could get a chance here. And it's Burke. But look at the strength there, holding her out. I think that was Jennifer O'Keefe. No way through. And it's those little subtle differences between the teams. And Muckalee have turned it over again. And they have a chance now to break. And it's Green to Purcell. Oh, and off she goes again. Wow, what a player. She just sees space and goes into it. Now that's going to go over Keane's head. Well, I thought it was, but she did brilliantly to rescue it. And she still got possession and gives it back to Purcell. There's a free there if they need it. They didn't, but they're going to get it anyway. It's going to come back, and the gap extending now, and just a little bit concerning, as I say, for the Kerry girls. 4 minutes into the second half, down a player, 6 in it, and it could be 7. They've only got the 5 points in the game so far. They only scored 110 against Cavan Gales, but they only conceded 0-10. But they'll need to find scores from somewhere. Nolan from a tricky angle, and that's gone all the way through, and it's gone out for a 45. I thought it came off the Muckalee player at the end there, but the umpire obviously right there in position, and it is a 45. Cromane make a change. I guess maybe losing a player, and they've also lost a player through injury as well. They feel that they need to make some switches, and their captain actually is going off, Maureen Duffy, so they've sacrificed her. I'm a little bit surprised about that, but they obviously know them better and they realise they need to do something, and they've sent a sub on right into the goal area, right into full forward. They're realising maybe they need a goal, but they can't even get the ball up there. But that's a good block at the back. That's much better, and that's the sort of thing that might lift them, and she's bursting out as well. This is terrific play. Really good defensive play, and it gives them a chance to build an attack. And it was, of course, Sian Corkery who did that great work at the back, and now Roisin Griffin might benefit, but a free. Now she's taken it really nicely and quickly, and that's brilliant from Burke, and she's got it to the girl who's just come on the field, and she fires it over the bar, and that is a score by the sub. Well, that's what you call an impact sub. Number 21, Maggie Quirk. She's a soccer goalkeeper, but she knows how to score them as well. She got a goal in the Munster final. She came on the last day, and she's come on again. Will she be the saviour for Cromane? They really needed that. 6 points now, first of the second half. The 14 players have hit back. And it all came from Corkery's good work at the back, just getting stuck in. But still a 5-point game, and Muckalee still very much full of running and ideas as well, and strength and resilience. Bulger, what a game she has had. She's still going. She cannot be stopped. Into Green. Green faced up by her midfield opposite number O'Sullivan, and fouled. They just are struggling, Cromane, to hold on to Kilkenny in more ways than one. Now, it's not Nolan this time, but they just go for the pass into the middle. And that's Edwina doing brilliantly again, is it? Or is it Nolan? No, it's Nolan. And a chance here now for Purcell. And she puts it over the bar for another score for the Kilkenny girls. And Purcell and Lawler and Bulger have all been absolutely terrific. I talk about the experienced players, but the youth today has been sensational. Look at that, turning and twisting there. What a player she is. There are now well over 2,000 devices tuned into this game. Maybe more even that are here at the game. Shows the value of live streaming, and it's been brilliant to bring the game to you. It's a very exciting game, and it's well contested, as you see there again. Challenges flying in everywhere, as you'd expect in an AIB All-Ireland final. Hashtag the toughest. This is Shola O'Donovan trying to get her team going, but again, Muckalee just put up a wall, and they stopped them so many times. And again, a terrific block by Katie Nolan. She scored them, and she's blocking them. And there's Kelly Comerford for once they get past her. And it's Roisin Smith who does well. Leona O'Sullivan, there's the ball into the forwards to Quirk, and she takes it out in front. Is she going to be the hero? Is she going to be the girl who drags Cromane back into it? She got a point. She's maybe looking another one. The two subs combine, and now it's Mary Kate Smith. There's no way through. She tries to get a boot on it and doesn't. A referee, though, is coming in, and he signalled. What is going to be the decision here? I'm thinking that could be a penalty. Well, he's taking his time. He's going in to talk to the umpires, but if he's given it in there, surely that's a penalty. And he's very, very close to it, but he's taken time to talk to the rest of his team here, also from the same county. They're all from County Down. Now, what's the decision? I think this is a penalty. Or is it? It is. It's a penalty for Cromane. Well, I said the substitute might be dragging her team back into it, Maggie Quirk. It wasn't just her. but she was in the middle of it. This is Mary Kate Smith. You see the challenges coming in there on our tight, low camera, and I think it was pretty clear, all right. It's a penalty, and he is ticking as well. But what an opportunity here for Cromane. 9 minutes into the second half, just when we thought the game was going away from them, they have been handed a lifeline. And it's Roisin Griffin, the vice-captain, daughter of one of the selectors, Packy, scored 3 goals in the Munster final. She's going to take this. She's got a tidy left foot. She is up against Sarah Corcoran from Muckalee, the 14 girls from Cromane. They really, really need this. They have a player in the sin bin. This is crucial to get the Kerry girls back into the game. They trail by 6. It is Roisin Griffin against Sarah Corcoran, left-footed, and she just side-foots it. She gave her the eyes, sent her one way and put it low into the net. And Cromane, well, come on, Cromane, you're back in business. 10 minutes into the second half, it's all to play for in the AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship final. Well, it was pretty much up the middle, but it was all about the eyes. She sent her one way and then put it in the middle. Green bursting forward from Muckalee. This is what she did for the goal in the first half, but now it's game on. Cromane are back in business, and Muckalee had to do it all again. The lead is only 3 now. Stolen away for Cromane, and that's going to be a free out. Well, the 14 girls from Kerry have really stuck in, and all credit to them. They're such a young team, such a new club. Really up against it, but showing serious character. It's Griffin. She got the penalty, and now she's got a free. She's looking to see where she can go with it. There's nobody up there except Quirk, and she was a long distance away, and she went to ground actually. No, it was Emer Burke actually, way off camera, went to ground, or whatever happened in there. 2 players maybe collided, shall we say. Cromane go again. They have new life. Leona O'Sullivan, one of the many 18-year-olds. Well tackled though. It was a good hand in. And they get the free for Muckalee, and they can break. And it's Bolger going forward, of course, and then Green, these girls full of running. Edwina Keane just leaves it off, knits it all together, but it breaks down. This is turning into a really exciting end-to-end game now. And Cromane have stepped up to the plate. And that's a free for Nisha Burke. I think the hand in a few seconds ago there, about 30 seconds ago, by the way, for Muckalee, to give her credit, was Ellen Lawler, playing very deep on that occasion, but now she switches with Aideen Cody, who goes back to her position. Lawler, who won the Croke Park Player of the Month award and was presented with it just the other day. Adele Murphy comes out to say, here girls, here's the ball, now go do what you do your thing. Corkery slips it, now they get it to Harkin. It's good play and combining with Roisin Smith as well. I think that's O'Donovan there. That's a nice ball into Smith, and off she goes, taking it on the run. And they are on the run. They've new energy. This is the girl who got the penalty. Griffin looking for another score. Runs into traffic. Smith has it. There's 2 Smiths out there. There's 3 Burkes out there. This is Emer Burke trying to get an angle. Gives it to Mary Kate Smith. She can't get through either. No way through. Muckalee are so steadfast and strong in there. But there's a chance now for Emer Burke. She gets a boot in it, and it hits a crossbar. Oh, so close, and picked up by Riona Crowley. Unlucky. Well, they're knocking on the door now, the 14 players for Cromane. They're making a real game of it. A resolute defensive performance, but they nearly got through for a score. Could have ended even in a goal. Edwina Keane comes out the field and wins a free for her team. Here it is again. They'd have taken a point, and they just hit the black spot. Clodagh Hanlon, the captain of Muckalee. Little bit of history, well, a big bit of history. First ever captain of a Kilkenny team in an AIB All-Ireland Ladies Club final at any level. Kate Purcell is there, and we know she can finish. She darts one way and then the other. She gets a little bit of support, and that time it's from Nolan, and Nolan nails it. That's yet another score from the Camogie All-Star. And she has been fabulous today, and she settles the ship a little bit for Muckalee. They're back in front before. Well, we're now up to 2,200 devices. It's exciting stuff, and I've no illusions at all about why the audience is building. Because it's tense, it's exciting, word's getting round. This is a great game. It could go either way. It's going to be history for Kilkenny, or it's going to be a fantastic win for the baby club from Cromane in County Kerry. And they are still not dead despite being down to 14. Now Cody is there and gets a boot to it. Actually it was Amy Ring for Muckalee. Just put it anywhere, and that might be the way it goes in the last quarter of this game. And we're coming up to the 3-quarter mark. Muckalee, they defend very resolutely, and it's going to be tough for Cromane to break them down, but they've got a goal. And there's the lights on. The lights are on Parnell Park in Donecarney in North Dublin. That adds to the atmosphere a little bit. It's only 3 minutes past 3, but they've had to put the lights on. Here's another substitute into the play for Cromane. Leaves it off to Griffin, and Griffin gives it back to Cora Joy, but no Joy, and they have to come back for a free. And how many times have we said that today? But Cromane won't mind as we do go over the 3-quarter mark. That was nice combination play between Joy here and Roisin Griffin, who's had a great second half, and she's full of confidence at the minute. Emer Burke, I have no doubt at all, will slot this over the bar. And then we're back again to a 3-point game with a long time to go. She doesn't disappoint. 110-16. Corcoran bangs it up the middle. Go for it. Anybody dive on it. And it's Edwina Keane, who's come right out the field the last few minutes to get stuck in for her team. And she was battling for that one. And the referee just holds up his hands to signal stop the clock. But a treatment required here for Edwina. She took a bang for her courage. But she'll be okay. And I think that's the girl that had to go off, Orla Dunphy, in the first half. And Shannon Foley beside her with the coat around her leg. She is in the sin bin. They'll want her on. It must be nearly 10 minutes, is it? Or maybe they made a change there, actually. Maybe they made a substitution. I thought she'd have been back by now. Maybe that's why the number 25 appeared on the field. Keane again. Well, she's really battling in there, but it's a free to Cromane. They've got it. And it's Leona O'Sullivan. Griffin, of course, throwing all sorts of shapes and tricks. But she's gone down a blind alley there. Gets her free, though. And this is the way I think it's going to be. It's going to be Cromane trying to break down Muckalee. What is it that they say about the unstoppable force and the immovable object? It's a bit like that. Down into the corner. And that's an interesting ball played into Cork, and Cork does brilliantly. She's so good at getting out in front and winning the ball. And she's also wise enough not to shoot from there. Feeds it back out again. Can they create an opening? They've got it to the right girl. It's Griffin. She can take it. Well, it's a nice little short pass, and Burke goes for it, and just to the left and wide. Rushed it just a little bit. But she was under serious pressure, to be fair. But that would have made it really interesting, getting it back to 2. Player down for Muckalee. It might be Amy Ring, or is it Cody? One of the two. But a little bit of a hold up here, just to add to the tension. So yeah, the yellow quite a while ago, so it definitely was a change there. So the player who was yellowed, if that's the right way of saying it, Shannon Foley, is still off. So they brought on 25. Cora Joy in her place, I think, was the switch. Just checking on YouTube there with your messages and comments and the audience on there. We're up to nearly 2,500 devices tuned in for this AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship final, and you see the crowd here, probably like everybody else watching on their devices at home and around the world, thoroughly ensconced in this terrific, captivating game. It's Muckalee. We're now 15 against 15, of course, and it's 110 to 1-7. That ball nearly comes up into the commentary area here, but played out, and Cromane have got it. And it's Muckalee relying on staying in there and trying to break the odd time, but staying really resolute at the back and hold what they have. But it's a precarious lead. It's only 3 points. And Cromane will keep going right to the end. They've lots of youth out there and desire. And that ball played in, and it's gone all the way over the top of Griffin and picked up by Cody. And she has Ring there as well. Now to Bulger. And she bursts through again. And off she goes. Oh, it's just terrific to watch her, and Purcell as well. But this time, has it been turned over? A real battle for the ball. And, well, I thought Cromane had just won that at the end, but it's another hop. And so Mary Kate will come in again. And so will Kelly Comerford. 10 minutes to go. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the nerves? It's tense. It's tense here at Parnell Park, and I know a lot of people watching will be biting their fingernails. It's anybody's. Edwina Keane, an increasing influence on this game, using all of her experience, battling qualities to just get in there and win ball. That's what it's about. But there, it's given away, but the referees brought it back. There was a foul further back, so Muckalee will have that, and they'll be quite happy with it. Now it's getting to the stage in the last 10 minutes now where I'm going to ask you for your contenders for player of the match. Now, we're not picking it, but I'd just like to hear who you think. This is Nolan. She's got to be in there, and she feeds it in nicely. Is that a free in? It's got to be a free in. It might be a penalty, you know. I think it is. The referee's walking over slowly. He has that look about him. Now he's going to ask again for a second opinion. That's wise, but I think it's going to be the exact same as the one at the other end. And it's again 2 down men down there, 3 down men including the referee. And it's Nolan's ball in, and it was Brave again, and it had to be Edwina Keane. And yep, it's a penalty. And Edwina Keane, well, she had a quiet enough first half, but she's been very influential the last 10 minutes or so. And it was her strength and anticipation and power there. Now it's all down to Nolan, the Nolan show. The Nolan sisters. 52 minutes gone. 52 minutes gone. Muckalee, first ever team from Kilkenny to be in an AIB All-Ireland Club Ladies Final. They have the lead, and Katie Nolan, the former double All-Star, double Camogie All-Ireland winner. And she can play football as well, and she just pops it over the bar. Now, I think she was maybe going for top corner, but she'll take the point and stretches it out to 4. Will that be enough, or will they rue not going for a goal? Just looking at it to see what she meant there. Interesting style. Maybe she was looking just to pop it in the top corner and it went over. Comerford has it and is fouled. The lights are flickering here at Parnell Park. They need to get some more money for the meter. Up come Muckalee again. They get in behind Muckalee. They have a 4-point lead. Oh, and the challenge comes in though to stop Nolan, and it's a free in. And they'll be delighted with that because Cromane were coming for them, but Kilkenny girls are made of tough stuff. And they've got the point from the penalty, and this is going to be another one for Nolan. So if you include the penalty and this one, I think Nolan is up around 6-7 points as a total for this game. So she's got to be a serious contender for player of the match and for her all-round play. And when she got the scores, Not that it's about individual awards at this point, but I'd be interested to know who else you think. For me, Sean Bulger and Kate Purcell have been fantastic for Muckalee as well. Cromane have had Roisin Griffin in top form today, and Sean Corkery at the back has been immense. But it's not over yet. Edel Murphy pumps it long. That's a great long ball, and it says, go for it, girls. There you go. She put it over the top. And this is Griffin, and she is fouled, but looking to take it quickly. She just puts it down into the corner. Well, they were so close. Remember, they hit the bar when there's 3 points in it. Now, 6 to go, and Maggie Quirk has it, but there's only, well, there is 5 points between the teams now, so they could have got it back with that one that hit the bar, either a goal or a point, either level or 2 in it. Now there's 5 in it, and they really need to get a score from somewhere. Muckalee have 14 players inside the arc. Cromane forced to come back to Nisha Burke. Can they find a way through? That's it. I remember now. It's the irresistible force against the immovable object. And Muckalee are immovable, and that was Hazel Moore doing great work at the back to win it for her team. And there's another player down, and that just slows it all down again and kills off the momentum. And it's Kelly Comerford, who has really been in the wars as she usually is. Just checking on the live chat there on YouTube to see if there's any contenders for player of the match, and there isn't, so maybe it's a bit early, or you're just all a bit too nervous to comment, and that's fair enough. Interestingly, there are the Cromane players in the middle of the field, and that's an interesting move. There's a delay here, and they've all got together in the middle, and presumably the message is, come on, Cromane, let's do it. Let's put it all in the last 5 minutes. It's now or never. They have a player down as well. And it's a sub who came on, McDonald. She's made of tough stuff. She's a rugby player. Mary Ellen. They also have Sinead Clifford in the subs, 19. She's the club treasurer as well. That's what you get at junior level. One of the players they interviewed yesterday from Knockbride is the assistant club treasurer. You have Aoibhinn O'Donovan in the subs as well. You have Lorna Griffin, mum of 2. You have Ellen Duffy, the baby of the team. She's only 16, a sister of the captain. So you have lots of options there. And I wonder, will they throw someone in right at the end and see if they can drag themselves back into this game. Maggie Quirk, of course, has come in and done a good job for them, but they need another little bit of inspiration. There's a vote now for Katie Nolan, player of the match, and you know, it's going to be hard to go past her. Thank you for that. Brilliant play. And it's those young girls again. It's Hazel Moore. It's Katie Nolan. And off they go again. This is Nolan, using her experience, just taking it down the line. Feeds it back out again to get it to Bulger. She's a real contender for player of the match. And there's room over here because Purcell has it and she's got support, and there's a lot of room over to the left. But it is Shola O'Donovan scrapping to win the ball. Has she won the ball? What way is that decision gone? No, it looks like a free in. And I think he's going to move it forward as well. And that's not good news for Cromane because that is Katie Nolan territory. Although Ellen Lawler is carrying it forward, or bringing it forward with her foot, but only for Katie Nolan, I think. Is it? Yeah, there you go. Put that over the bar, Katie. And a little bit of back chat there is costing Cromane, and they cannot afford to do that at this point. The game is going away from them. 2 minutes to go, and I think there'll be maybe 3 or 4 minutes to be added on. So Nolan, this is, I haven't added them up, but in my head I think this is 7 or maybe 8. She's actually put that one wide. Got ahead of myself there. That's not like her at all. 2 minutes to go then. I wonder, can Cromane respond? It keeps it a 2-score game if they get 2 goals. Big ass, of course. So 58 minutes gone on our clock. And of course they're employing the hooter here in the ground, but I can't see, there's no clock on the scoreboard indicating what that is, or is there? Oh, there is one. I see it now. 7 minutes 20 to go. Right, so there's 5 minutes extra at this point. So I'll go by that. So no more looking at the clock here and telling you about 58 minutes. I'll just tell you what it says on the hooter in the ground here. It says 7 minutes 11 seconds. That seems a long time. If Cromane can get up the field and get a couple of goals, it would be very interesting. It's a big ask, but there's time. Problem is, Muckalee had the ball. And this is Jennifer O'Keefe coming forwards. And just to the left. Close. But remains that 2-point game, and she grimaces. She realises that could have put it out to 7. With 7 to go. Comerford goes over to battle with it. But Leona O'Sullivan gets there first. And you know, you have to say, no matter what happens, the credit is due to all these young girls from Cromane to be at this stage, at this part of their development. It's just incredible the way they have played today, the character they've shown, and they're still going. They're not done yet. Can they find a way through? They need to find a way to goal. And that was Cora Joy carrying it forward for them. But it's broken down. And yes, I'm going to say it. It's been brought back again. And it's a free in. Now the lights are on and the sun is still doing its best. So it's a bizarre December weather situation here in Parnell Park. But the important thing is it all suits. We're happy with it. It's mild and good conditions for a game, and we've had quite a game, and it's now gone into added time just in the last few seconds. One off the post. Well, a rebound there could have ended up anywhere, but it's strong defending once again. And I'm not sure who it was. Was it Lawler back there maybe who was first to react for Muckalee? But either way, or whoever it was, they've cleared it. And over carrying, it's a decision for Cromane. Do you know who it was? I think it was Bolger again back there. She's a real contender for player of the match as well. Here it is again. And I do think it was Bolger now who got there. But a missed opportunity to get it another score back for Cromane. But they will come on again. 61st minute. Nearly in the 62nd, Mary Kate Smith in a hurry to get her team going and held up. Referee will tick for that, but there's only been the one yellow, and it was for the opposition. Joy feeds it in there. So congested, but on the run they try to get it through, but I think she's lost possession, and I think Clodagh Hanlon is going to steal it back, and she does. The captain digs deep and gets it back. That's Corkery battling in there. Terrific play by the number 5 for Cromane. I think he's going to hop it again. There's been quite a lot of that in this game, and I guess it's just an indication of the way the game has been. They've stopped the clock again, and the clock says 4 minutes 13 seconds. Concern for the injuries, but at this stage, it's looking good for Muckalee. A real family effort. The manager is Pat McDowell. He's been there 5 years. He's been there all through, from winning Leinster down in Tang in 2022 on that great day for the club, to come through now to win Leinster after losing the final that year and the heartbreak in Baltinglass that day, to win Leinster this year, and now on the verge of an All-Ireland title. And Pat McDowell has been there, and the management team, most of them, and Pat's daughters, Niamh McDowell in the subs, and Laura McDowell, and the likes of Aoife Dunn, Shona Ruan, Grace Buggy, Sarah Brennan, who would have played back then as well. She was number 13 in 2022. Emma Brennan, all these girls on the brink of history now, and their management team with Nicholas Purcell, Geraldine Hanlon, the physio Colleen Rickard, Martin Patterson, Tom Dooley, Tom Lawler. Oh, and that's sad to see Shan in trouble there. She put her body on the line and showed great courage trying to drive her team forward, and she's had to go off, and that is really sorry to see her have to go off. But they are bringing on a sub now for the last few minutes. There are 4 minutes and 9 seconds left, and Cromane have sent on a sub at the end, and as you see, it's number 10, Maureen Duffy, the captain, back into the play, and she looks full of running and says, give it to me. And that's not a bad idea. I wonder, has Emer Burke seen her? Well, Emer Burke could put it over from here, but they're maybe thinking we need a goal. So is she going to go for her score? That looks like she's going for a point. But it could drop under. It goes over the bar. Well, that's one back. The clock says 3:44. 4 points in it. There's a vote from Mark Flynn for Bolger for player of the match. But at this stage, it's all just about getting over the line. Good long kick out from Corcoran. But who's going to scrap for it? Who's going to win it? Cromane, dig it out. They really went into the trenches there, and I think it might have been O'Sullivan, I'm not sure, but she won it back for her team. That was terrific play. Nisha Burke is up there as well. It's all hands to the pump. Well, never mind 14 behind the ball. It's now 15. Everybody's back for Muckalee. Under the new rules, if they're brought in for club level, I don't think they'll be able to do that. But every single player, anybody's from Muckalee, but they've found a way through. Is there a goal on here? Oh, she's got it. Unbelievable. It looked like there was no way through a packed defence, but she's got it. And of course, it's Roisin Griffin. Wow, right at the end. The clock says 2 minutes 46 to go. And they've got a goal right at the end. And surely, Cromane, surely they're not going to rescue it at this stage. Or are we going to have real drama at the end? Wow. 65th minute on our clock. But the stop clock says 2 minutes 28 until the hooter. And Cromane have got it again. Are they going to steal it? There's another nice ball in. And they've got it to Emer Burke. There's another chance here. Is it a point? They've got it. Unbelievable. They looked gone, but they've got back into it. And it's a substitute. It's Mary Ellen Bolger, a point and a goal, and they've levelled it right at the end. Unbelievable stuff and drama in this AIB. Look at the faces in the crowd. They can't believe it either, but they're thrilled to see this comeback in the AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship final. We might even have extra time. 1 minute 54 until the hooter. There you see the banner. Come on, Cromane. That's the slogan at the minute. They have the momentum. Now they're looking for a winner. Well, Muckalee were digging really deep, and I did say it was a precarious lead. That was at 3 points. They got it up to 5. Remember, they put the penalty over the bar, whether it was deliberate or not. But they're now in danger, serious danger, because they haven't been attacking much, and they've every single player back, and they're defending. But they'll obviously need another score, whether it comes in extra time or in the last couple of minutes. But for the moment, they're just defending for their lives. But Cromane are going at them. The character of this team is sensational. Cromane is the call from the crowd. Remember, the captain came in. She came back into the play. Look at those tough tackles going in there, but surely it's a Muckalee decision. They're bursting out of defence, Muckalee. They're not mucking around. They have not got much time left. They need a score. There's 50 seconds on the clock. It's been won back, but illegally. Woof. Wow. What a game. There's nothing like junior. 36 seconds. Is there a winner in the last 30 seconds before the hooter? Muckalee's fullback, Edel Coonan, coming forward. She's the girl, remember, in 2022, who said her pre-match ritual was a little bit of holy water splashed. Well, is it going to work? They need some divine inspiration from somewhere. Is Muckalee going to get a winner right at the end? And it is right at the end. Is she going to get her free? She was looking for it. She didn't get it. The referee's given a free. 7 seconds on the clock. And Katie Nolan does not miss. She's surely not going to miss from there. And Muckalee have somehow, I think, without tempting fate, got a golden opportunity. And surely now this is it. The clock says 2. There are 2 seconds on the clock. There are no seconds on the clock. Katie Nolan has won at the Hooter Coes. What scenes in Parnell Park. Well, she's won Camogie All-Stars. She's won Camogie All-Irelands. But right now, Kilkenny are back in football terms, and she has been surely the player of the match, and she's getting all the praise and adulation there from her teammates. But look at the scenes around here, and poor Cromane, the bodies are falling everywhere. They thought they'd rescued it right at the end with an unbelievable effort that is only giving credit to their team and their community, because they were unreal, this young team, to get right back there But now you see the flares coming on. You see our cameraman is in the middle of it as well, getting great shots of the Muckalee celebrations. And look at Edwina there again. And the 3 boys that she has will be on the pitch, and the hugs as well. Look at that emotion. That's an unbelievably brilliant shot from our cameraman down there. That sums it all up. Unbelievable. Muckalee, the first ever Kilkenny team to play in an AIB All-Ireland Ladies Club final, and they've only gone and won it. Kilkenny are back in football terms, and this team surely will inspire a whole generation. Wow. Well, it's not only Kilkenny you're playing anymore. Don't take Kilkenny lightly anymore. That's the message. And there's the announcement over the tannoy as well. And it's all green out there in the field. But you have to feel sorry for Cromane. You really, really do. They were 6-7 points down, I think, at one point. They dragged it back. They dragged it back to level, and we couldn't see Muckalee getting a score. But somehow they got up the field and they got one. And it was Katie Nolan. She must have ended up with about 8 points in the game. And that despite putting a penalty over the bar, but maybe she knew what she was doing. It was enough in the end. And the whole community from Muckalee enjoying this. And why not? Superb scenes. Smiles all round. It's Christmas time in Kilkenny. I was sure we were going to extra time. That's been avoided. There is Katie and Edwina, both Camogie All-Ireland Senior winners and All-Stars with Kilkenny. Edwina, an All-Star in 2010. Funny enough, the same year Edel Murphy, the goalkeeper from Cromane, won an All-Star in ladies football. Well, I don't know if they're going to stop hugging and go over and get the cup. But that is what is going to be next. They have to get them over there, but they've no sign of wanting to go over there, and I can sort of understand that at the minute. But what a victory. What a victory. Last year it was Mungret St Paul's from Limerick, O'Donovan Rossa from Cork before that, Salthill Knocknacara from Galway, St Jude's from Dublin, Donaghmore with Rena Buckley before that, Glanmire, Ahada, Dunboyne, all clubs well established in ladies football. But this area, better known for camogie and hurling, are now firmly on the map and have made history in winning the AIB All-Ireland Junior Championship final. So they're entitled to celebrate, and there's the young people as well out. I told you they're inspiring a generation of young boys and young girls. They're all out there. Smiles all round. Christmas has come early, and emotion as well. Look at the emotion there on the faces as well. And I'm afraid you're all going to have to wait a little minute or two. There's Pat Quill, former president, not just once but 2 or 3 times, from way down in Wexford, and he'd be delighted to see this. And Edwina is still getting hugs from all over the place, and Katie as well, and they deserve it. Monumental performance, not just today but throughout the year and throughout the last 5 or 6 years, because it has been a long journey for them, and they've eventually got to the top. They won Leinster just last month or so, but they had 5 years of trying and been knocked back. And yet they came back for more every time, and they've got the reward. And the older players were fantastic, Edwina and other players like that, but it was the youth as well. I mean, their captain's only 24 years old, Clodagh Hanlon, and the running and the power and the dynamism, creativity of Shan Bulger, Hazel Moore, Kate Purcell was outstanding. And Katie Nolan really stepped up to the plate today. And if there's a player of the match award, I think there is. But if there isn't, or there is, I would definitely give it to her. No movement. Nobody's still going over. They can't get them. They can't get them to move. Well, if they get the captain, Clodagh Hanlon, up, maybe the rest will follow. But at the minute, Kilkenny are a bit like they were during the game. You can't move them. They were the immovable object. Cromane couldn't find a way through until that dramatic of dramatic finishes when they got a goal and a point. Well, there's Katie going towards the presentation area. She's not the captain, but she's heading that way. Yeah, now it's looking like we're going to have the presentation in the next minute or two, and then the players, of course, will follow. What a day for Kilkenny ladies football. I didn't think we'd be saying that too often, but maybe we will be from now on. There's Dominic Leach in there as well. He's in charge of the microphone. And Trina Murray, the LGFA president, is there. And Jackie Cahill, the press officer. And there is Clodagh Hanlon there now, putting down her gloves. And she's maybe got a speech there, or maybe she didn't tempt fate. Maybe she hasn't got one, but she's probably used to it by now. Clodagh is going to have the privilege of lifting that trophy. And there's Katie. And I think Katie's up there because she's player of the match. And I don't think there can be any real debate about that, but there were certainly several contenders that could be mentioned, of course, that I've already mentioned. There's a lovely tight shot from our cameraman of the trophy, LGFA, Pale Namon, All-Ireland Junior Championship. There is our cameraman in the blue bib, right up there to get those lovely tight shots for you. And I think Trina will take over in a second here to get the microphone sorted out. There's an interview being conducted right there with Oisin Langan on the spot, nipping in there before the presentation to get a word from Clodagh Hanlon. And there are plenty of captains on the team. In 2022 it was Edel Coonan at fullback and Kelly Comerford, and now they've handed it over to the new generation, if you like, to Clodagh Hanlon, and Oisin trying to get word with Katie as well. Still a little bit of a hold up. I don't think it's for the interview. Maybe they have a problem with the microphone. I'm not quite sure. And there's the crowd out on the pitch. Big crowd, but they need to come over a little bit closer. But when they start the speeches, that'll start. And I can only think that it was the microphone there. It seemed to be working a while ago, so I'm not sure what the delay is here, but it doesn't. It gives me a chance to mention Paddy Maloney from Parnell Park, who is the usual caretaker here, but he's not here today. He's recovering from a little bit of work done to his knee, and I was asked to mention him, so wish you well, Paddy, and fast recovery. Now, a lot of standing around and waiting. Not quite sure what the hold up is. Some of the players have gone over. The crowd are slowly, not quite drifting, that's pushing it a little bit, but they're moving, edging a little bit towards the presentation area now. Trina Murray's testing her microphone. As I say, it seemed to be working all day long. Now she's going to try it. Here we go.
I'd like to congratulate both teams on a wonderful display. To Cromane, I just want to congratulate you. You have done your job on your county vows. Well done to you. You're the worthy Munster champions and county champions. So I know you'll be back again. These are tremendous players. Well done to you. To Muckalee, you have gone down in the history books today. You are the first club to ever win an All-Ireland title for your county, Kilkenny. And I have no doubt about it that this victory will encourage more and more lady footballers to play in club football in Kilkenny and in your county. So well done to you. I'd like to thank Parnell Park for the use of the facilities today, and to all the volunteers who worked throughout. Thank you so much. To our national sponsors, AIB of the Club Championship, they sponsor all 4 codes, and it's wonderful to have them as a partner, so come on. To our referee, Eddie Colbert, and his team, thank you so much for officiating here today. It's greatly appreciated. And our first presentation, we're joined here today by Nigel Seahan from AIB, and I'm going to ask him to make the presentation to number 15, Kate Nolan. And now it gives me great pleasure for the first time ever to present the Junior All-Ireland Cup to the winning captain, Loden Nolan. I just want to say what an honor it is to be standing here representing such an incredible bunch of girls, an incredible parish and an incredible club. First and most important, congratulations to Cromane. I met the captain Irish during the weekend. What an incredible person. She was such a we got on well, very well, and she represented a great bunch of girls. It's such a young team and an unbelievable standard. And just don't forget that you're winners of your county and your province, and no one can take that away from you. It's still to be celebrated tonight. To our main sponsors, Brendan and Ivory. To Richie Welsh for sponsoring us, and to every donation from everyone in the club, parish, in Kilkenny, from all over. We wouldn't be standing here without everyone's generosity. I want to thank the LGFA, AIB, Leinster. Without any of them, this wouldn't be possible either. To our management, another team of them. We've got Pat McDowell, Nicky Purcell, Rona Rand, Niall Clancy, Tom Lawler, Tom Dooley, Martin Patterson, Danielle Coonan, Colleen, Anisha Patterson, Georgine Hanlon, Lorraine Kelly, and I think I haven't forgotten anyone. Thanks so much, lads. 8 years ago, we had a football club, and it was only for those people that I mentioned that when there was no club, they came forward and they've been with us ever since. They put faith in us when no one else did. To Ronan and Niall, who didn't make the programme, you're still a special and a part of this. And to the main man, Pat McDowell, Pat rang me. I was talking to Pat at the start of the year, and he said, we're going to win an All-Ireland goal there. And I said, Pat, we never even won Leinster. And what was goal? I said, I think this man has lost his lot. We have no manager, but that just shows the character he is. He believed in us when we didn't even believe in ourselves. Nicky Brennan, who's followed us on this journey for 5 years, promoting football in Muckalee. And thanks very much, Nicky. Our supporters, our family, our friends, the club, the parish, Kilkenny. You followed us right from 5 years ago, and it's just incredible to see the whole parish lovely and further Kilkenny. And without you, we wouldn't have been able to drive on and stay going. And without you, of course, this wouldn't be possible either. Last but definitely not least, to the 40, 50 people
people who are part of this journey. It's not just the girls standing here. It's a massive. Some girls who've been on this journey, like Denise Comfort, Martina Marr, Clara Donnelly, Laura Tynan. Laura Tynan flew back from Australia, not to miss this. It's definitely worth it, and it took me some work as well. When I see these girls, I think the commitment that was shown, like putting off travel plans and missing everything about football, like I couldn't speak highly enough of them, and I wouldn't be afraid of them in a few hours. We're just so proud of everyone, like the panel, the management, everyone in Muckalee. We're definitely the greatest friends. And 3 cheers for Cromane. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Oh, Muckalee!
Well, what a lovely speech that was from the captain, Clodagh Hanlon. I told you she was softly spoken, but very sincere, genuine words, heartfelt, and beautifully delivered as well. And she just summed it all up and had a lovely word for the manager as well. And you might have seen in some of the shots here, in fact, he's in the shot there down to the right. That's him at the front there with the grey hat and the headphones on. That's Nicky Brennan, Kilkenny man and former GAA president, in there getting all the reaction in there. And I saw him with Muckalee a few years ago, and he's continued on the journey with them. And you see the goalkeeper off to the left there as well, Sarah. Well done to them. We're going to go down and get a few interviews and put them up on social media for you, and we're going to wrap up the stream then and say congratulations to Knockbride from Cavan yesterday, to Kilkerran Clonbyrne yesterday as well from Galway, and today, and we didn't think we'd be saying this, Muckalee from County Kilkenny, AIB All-Ireland Junior Ladies Football Champions. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Oh, what a shot to finish with there. Absolutely beautiful shot. That's a shot of the day. That's a shot of the year from our cameraman Kieran McMahon. And look at that, a little boy from Kilkenny hoisting the cup in the air defiantly and saying, hey, we play football here as well, and we play it pretty well. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage from all of the live stream team. It's been a pleasure, and it's goodbye.